Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Bro Fort. We are here at the Nether Spawn. There's the Tiki, not the Nether Spawn, the Spawn Island. There's the Tiki Hut. There's Keeb's strange jungle tree. Of course, the Brotanic floating overhead. The Bro Fort over there. And I am here. If you can see right over there where the cursor is, you'll see there's a little cobblestone structure over there. That is where the Gnomorail has finally reached. It stretches from here all the way over to Narlandia. Comes up out of the ground close to where the museum is. In fact, the station for it is going to be the right across from the entrance to the museum. So it's about to go night here. I'm going to throw down a bed. And just as soon as we get it daylight again, these right here, you'll remember the epic trip we took to find horses and all, and the ones that Dwindon found. These right here are my two horses. They've been sitting over here for many, many months, 9 or 10 months now. It's been a very long time that they've been sitting over here. And as soon as we get it daylight, we're going to ride the horses back to the museum. So I will see you then. All right, another night and another restful sleep has gone by, and we are ready to go. Eventually, I'm going to come down where you see the end there is going to come down. There's going to be another train station, probably right in the side of that hill right there. But for the moment, it is... There we go. Let's mount up. Yay! But for the moment, the biggest thing that I wanted to get it done for was so that I had a way to bring my horses back over to my land without having to take them through the nether. And Dwindon still has got repair work to do on his nether track and portal area and all that from where he was trying to lead them through the nether. Oh, I love the way they go up the... There we go. Now, this is going to be kind of ticky because it's a long one cobblestone wide ride. But you see it launches you out right here within sight of the Bro Fort. And like I said, right down inside that hill is going to be where the other train station is going to be once it plunges in through the ground there. And I am going to ride this back. I don't know how long it's going to take, but we'll probably put it in fast forward. And just give you an idea of what the Gnomorail here is going to look like. So we will see you when we get to the other end. Just to point out a few things as we go along, you see some chunk errors there. And plus you see this really strange long bit of water that is raised up above. At one point between, I believe all this land over here was generated at like 173 or 1.8 beta. Not where we are now, 173, 1.8, but 173 or 1.8 beta was where the original spawn island. Sometime after that, and I'll throw it on the screen, at one point the water level was dropped by one, went from 65 to 64, I think, or 64 to 63, I'm not sure which. So any place that you have that is an old territory at the break, it's just like the other chunk errors here, you get this edge of water, basically a one block waterfall all the way along it. Really funky. It's nice to have a world with that kind of history behind it, where you can see all the changes that have been made as the game progressed there and as the updates came in. Another thing is we're coming up here, you'll see just below us, I have dug, I believe, 4 mines as I went along for cobblestone. There's one directly below us here now. I mean, literally, this thing almost sent down into my shaft. Back there where I showed you the water glitch, where you had the one block glitch, so you could probably see on the side there was a little entrance and with a torch above it, and that was a cobble a cobble mine. So anytime as I was building along, I had to get more cobble, and I'd get to the nearest point of land and drop a mine. So there's one there. There's one directly below us right at the moment, and I'll point out the others as we come across them as well. One of them will be easy to show because the track actually goes. The track here, we had to go through a mountain, so the track actually leads through the mine. Stop here, you see that area of rock over there in the middle of the desert. I recently, I guess within the last month and a half, put up a video with the three of us, me and Mindfiend and Dwindon. We were out mining for sand because he needed a bunch of sand for a project he was working on. And the day that that video went up, I was coming along here and I noticed something weird. I was building along this stretch right there and noticed something weird in the distance. And as I got closer, I realized that was actually the area that we had been working on in that video. Just serendipity. I had no idea I was in the area of it. And of course, the video had gone up that day, but the action had actually been recorded like 3 or 4 months before. So that was a very odd little thing to have happen there. Okay, on down the track. Right here, I believe. Yes, right there's another mine. Yeah, right there. Just inside that little inlet on the wall to the right there, there's a mine that goes down where I dug out cobble as well, I believe. I think that's the spot. Get out this way. Yes, you can see a torch right above my cursor there. Turn to the left. You can see the torch right on the left edge of the screen. So there's another mine there. And yes, they all have names. I think that one is the By No Means mine. You'll see a boat right down there. All this stretch along here, the easiest way to get back to civilization. Dwindon's lands are right over that way. You saw where we were digging. His lands are right over that way. A couple of minutes walk. So the easiest way to get back to civilization, get to food and that kind of thing was to hop in a boat and ride it across. So the boat is still sitting there for the purposes of getting back to someplace in the middle of the godforsaken wilderness here. Okay, we're now coming up on the next mine. I said this is the one that I dug and actually passing the track through. Whoops. Wasn't designed really for horses. Wasn't its intended purpose. I mean, that was part of it was to get the horses back and forth, but I mean, it wasn't designed for horses, so it's not 3 high. I guess I need to carve it out 3 high though, so that it'll be safe for Minecraft. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the By No Way mine. I'll have to remember what the other one's called. Do you see the sign there? The By No Way mine. And that's where the track comes out on the other side. Yes, it looks like I left a crafting table down there too. As I've said, I'm slowly taking over the world through the use of crafting tables and junk chests. It's my version of peeing on the tree to mark my territory. Let's see if we can get past this lower section here, back over to kind of a higher ground before the sun totally sets and the monsters start spawning. I will have to put up fences and in some places like enclose it in like glass walls or something in order to make the track safe from having monsters get you while you're riding on the minecart once the tracks are all laid down here. I think that was the last point at which we are close to the ground and in any kind of danger, other than perhaps a random skelly shot or two. The rest of it should be pretty high up, and in fact a lot of it over more water. And yes, the water part was the most aggravating part, putting down all these support columns, because yes, there is a support column, as you see, every 20 blocks to make sure that it stayed and didn't collapse on us. Okay, if we're coming back into other territory, I am just going to use is it time set day? Let's see. Set time day. See, I don't use these commands, so I don't cheat like this, so I don't know what the commands are. But I am an op. I mean, all of us are ops, but obviously I don't use the commands, so I don't know how they work. I did want to set it back today so you have the territory here. And you can kind of see what we're going over. There was no point back there because it was all ocean. And Dwindon's coming online. We are well over halfway. In fact, I think we're coming up right up here is our next mine. Just ahead and to the right, I believe. Yes. Right down there where you see the cobble and the steps, that's the halfway mine. Ooh, that was good. I didn't know you could pass through those leaves. Thought I was going to get knocked off there for a second. Alright, we're in the home stretch now. That one was called the halfway mine because it's halfway between my territory and Dwindon's, not because it was halfway along the track. The halfway point on the track was way back there in that deep ocean that we crossed, that long stretch of ocean before I turned it day shift. And we are almost, I think it's a straight shot here, so let's try not to fall off at this point, shall we? We're passing through, by the way. This was the very first jungle that was found on the server right after jungles went in, all those updates ago. And of course, with it being part of the spawn from where Narlandia was, you see the chunk there. It's also the smallest, I believe, jungle on the server. And here's where the tracks are, so you can tell how much more track I've got to build in order to get all the way back over there to the spawn fort. But we're coming in now. We are reaching the borders of Narlandia. And we are nearly there. Gently come down, gently, gently, gently. There we are. And let's see where I'm going to park him. I think I'll put him right over here. Can you jump over that? Let's see, if I move you back, what can we do? Yes, you can. Good. Don't get on my crops. I'm going to park you right over here, put you by the pigs. Okay, and boom. Oh, so after all that work, it was well worth it. We've got one of our horses over. We've only got to go and get the other one now. Like I said, you saw where we come in right there with that just temporary cobble wall is. It comes straight on down, and the entranceway on this side will be right across from the museum. So there you go. All we got to do is go get our other horse, and we are good to go. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the little tour of the land between Narlandia and the Spawn Island. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.